About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18, that's it.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
At the 44-yard line.
Here we go. 18, that's it.
Another run here with Sanders. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. First carry now for David Montgomery. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Stroud. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. You look at the defense for these Texans. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Allen going to run with it. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Inside give to Davis. Henry To'o there on the tackle.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Allen. Throw complete to Bell. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
It's a gain of 10. First down.
They go back to the ground now with Davis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now is Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And pass complete to Moore. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah. Oh, what a juke into space. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Play action. Stroud now. Now he's going to step up and run. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They start the drive with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at the defense for these Texans. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. In motion, there goes Bell. First down, here's the run with Cook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Allen off the play fake. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Now Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down Bills.
Looking to throw. Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Allen. Shakir hauls it in. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
At the 2-yard line.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Cook is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Davis. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Now the Texans will burn the 1st of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Allen going to throw. Caught for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
All right.
Now on third and forever, he'll look to throw. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on third down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Bell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's Allen to throw it. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 3rd and 3. Allen now looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Complete. This is Lewis. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Mercedes Lewis, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Runs over it. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
At the 43-yard line.
Stroud to throw it. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Now Stroud. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
A final shot before half for Allen. He's looking deep for Bell. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So no need to back him up. This is declined, and we are at halftime as we send you to Orlando. Here's the coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Third quarter starts with a run by Price. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. They'll go again here with Price. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Call it a loss of 16 there. And it'll be 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Stroud looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Tank Dell, 29 yards. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it makes the score 21-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Motion man is Shakir. On 1st down, they'll start out with Price. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he's got room. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
To the air, Allen throwing middle, and it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. In motion, there goes Bell. A give up the middle to Price. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Price on the ground. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. A.J. Dillon taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Bass. Up and good. 18 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Let the hot. Hey, uno more.
Play action. Here's Stroud. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. As Stroud now to throw. And that will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Stroud and company going for it. He'll let this go deep for Collins. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. This is caught. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. This is Dillon on the counter. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it fourth down. Allen taking it himself. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. Play action. Now it's Allen. Bell brings it in across the formation. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. To throw, it's Allen. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Here's Stroud. He'll get this complete to Collins. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but that touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for him here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrating.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fighting through the tackle at the 30. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
Powering his way forward. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Stroud, he's going to audible to something else.
They go play action here on first down.
That is caught by Dell.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And this one's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
The throwing again is Stroud.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will